So it's finally about to happen. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta basically now has his own Dokkan Fest that's starting in a few days here. And pretty much every one of his cards, just like when Goku's had his, pretty much every one of his Super Saiyan Blue cards is Dokkan Awakening. The only one that isn't is the tech, just like Goku. I mean, there was a couple of special ones, like an older STR one that Goku didn't get Dokkan Awaken for, and then the Intelligence one, Super Saiyan Blues, but everything other than his newer physical one that just came out on Global. The same thing for Vegeta. All his old ones, so just that new tech one doesn't get a Dokkan Awakening. Let's go ahead and look at it here and talk about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you stick around. That being said, we're on the Dokkan Reddit, so shout out to the Dokkan Reddit as always for the awesome information. Now, it's early in the morning, so forgive me if I sound a little tired or whatever the case is. I'm trying not to, but we're going to kind of go through this in order. And what I mean in order is kind of just the order listed up here. So we're going through AGL, physical, intelligence, strength, and then we'll look at the intelligence attack afterwards. Actually, I'll save intelligence for last. That being said, let's look at the AGL one. Now, the AGL one was the one that came out a while ago. Of course, all these are older units. They all get Dokkan Awakens, as I said. His leader skill turns into all types, attack and defense up 30%, which is an interesting leader skill, actually. It's not very good, but it's interesting. Passive, attack and defense up by 30 or 80% on a super attack, which I kind of expected. I want to kind of say that, you know, it was basically guaranteed that Vegeta would get a Dokkan Awakening way back when Goku got his, and then Frieza got his. It was basically guaranteed. So, I mean, the whole community kind of knew this was coming. And these cards are actually kind of predictable, the AGL and STR, because that's just, you know, the standard progression of these cards. We expected 80% up on attack and defense. He got Supreme as well, which could be expected as well. And Prepare for Battle and Fierce Battle were added as links to him. So, basically, he is the new counterpart for AGL Super Saiyan Blue. This basically makes Prepare for Battle more or less the optimal key link on AGL. You've got another unit to run in there, and he's just going to make AGL Super Saiyan Blue that much stronger or that much harder of a hitter than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Now, you can't take away that versatility that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken has, but it's you know, this guy makes a very, very good case for that guy. And not to mention that he can hit hard himself. But that being said, let's move on to the next one. The Super Saiyan Blue STR one, he's basically the same version, he's the Vegeta version of the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku. What I mean by that is he has 100% up on a super attack. I wonder who actually hits harder. I think this guy has more attack links because he has prodigies. So let me know down below in the comments. Actually, no, he doesn't have super attack or super, what's it called? Kamehameha, so maybe not. But that being said, let me know in the comments if they've done the math and stuff like that. I just haven't gotten around to it. Once again, thanks for the Reddit for all the awesome information. 100% up on a super attack. All types attack and defense up 30%. Supreme attack, Big Bang attack. Added Prepare for Battle and Fierce Battle as well. He also has a Goku counterpart, the one that just came out, but he doesn't Dokkan Awaken, so they're not utilizing the Fierce Battle link. So this guy's missing 15%. Now, the funny thing is that physical Vegeta actually got a nasty buff. He got a lot better. It's actually surprising when you look at what they did to AGL AGL Frieza, and then you look at what they did to Tech Super Saiyan Blue Goku. This guy actually got a really nasty buff. So physical types will get 33% more attack for every orb obtained, which is the same leader skill as those two. Passive changes orbs to physical type, and attack and defense up by 20%. So he gives himself a defense boost. They don't do that. Well, I guess Frieza kind of does. I guess he's kind of like the cross between both of them, because Goku just gives himself an attack boost, and Frieza doesn't get an attack or defense boost. He just tanks, which is a little different. He reduces incoming damage, so it's a little different. God Final Flash, Supreme Damage, and a rare chance to stun. I think that's like a 10% chance, but still, they added a stun on him. I wonder why they did that. They all have the same key links. They all have the exact same key links. So now we're going to look at the card arts, and then we'll move on to the intelligence one. So this is AGL. This is what his art looks like now. Awesome art. You know, they somewhere along the way, I said this a while ago, somewhere along the way, the game decided to just start putting out amazing card art. And just basically all the art they've been putting out for most of these units is really good. Sometimes they're lazy. Like, I feel like those two Trunkses that just came out are really lazy. Not the Dragon Ball Super one, but the Rebirth or the Dokkan Awakenings for the buff Trunks. I think those are pretty lazy, but, you know. This is physical. STR here. So, there you have it. We'll see how these guys play out. I'm going to reserve judgment for most of these units. The thing about it is it's a good thing they introduced hero teams, because this unit, he's going to be basically unusable on an optimal STR team. Reason being is because Omega Shenron doesn't link well with this guy. You know, and sometimes when it comes to leader skills and stuff like that and their links abilities, you don't want to build a team that doesn't optimize every unit on the team. You don't want a unit on the team that kind of is more of a detriment than a benefit. Just because he hits hard doesn't mean that, he deserves a spot over there. Same for that Goku. I mean, the Goku is, Prepare for Battle is not an optimal key link over there on STR. They like to use GTE and Fear and Faith and Shocking Speed or things like that. That being said, Hero Team, though, this guy will be perfectly fine. He'll hit really hard on a Hero Team. Him and that AGL Super Saiyan Blue on a Hero Team will be nasty. Ooh, that's disgusting. I don't even want to think about that. There's Intelligence. We'll move on to him. Physical got a really good buff. AGL got a buff to attack and defense too. All right, let's look at Intelligence, what he does. Leader, Intelligence types attack and defense up by 100%. He's the demigod for Intelligence like we thought he would be. It's cool that him and his son are both Intelligence units. Passive lowers attack and defense of extreme type enemies by 20%. Ooh, that's interesting. I thought that this was actually like Merge Zamasu and it lowers your allies. So he can actually run on an Intelligence team. He can actually run on Intelligence. So that being said, he also gives himself an unconditional 100% up, which is actually really good. So he basically has Goku Black's passive and a little bit of Omega Shenron's passive, but there's two stipulations on it. It doesn't lower as much attack, and it only works on enemies that are extreme. So basically, if you take him against Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta or Super Saiyan Blue Vegeto's Dokkan event, he's not going to be able to lower his attack, but he will against Golden Frieza's event. So that's a weird thing. The Pride of the Warrior race, immense damage, attack race for 3 turns. So he gets a 50% stack each time he super attacks, which is cool, but that resets. That mechanic resets every time the phase changes. There's a super attack video, exact same links here. They all have the exact same links. Well, similar links, This guy has the links of like the newer one. Super Saiyan Warrior Race, Warrior Gods, Prodigies, the Vegeta family, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. He's got the same links as I think that new tech one that does the Father-Son Gallic gun, except he has Fierce Battle instead. So let's look at his super attack. I want to see that. The media cannot be played. Don't lie to me, bro. Don't lie to me. It's going to probably be a little laggy or whatever. I'm on a really crappy internet right now, so we'll see. Probably won't be the best. If it isn't, I'll just link it down below for you guys. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Or not. Maybe there's just not any sound. So they got Vegeta, they got Frieza there for like the Prodigies and all that stuff. Fierce Battle. He's actually a really good linking partner for Vegeta. And people are saying that Vegeta can't run on Intelligence. That's not true. With all the orb changing they have between Trunks and what's his name, Android 13, he's perfectly fine. Especially if you mix in another one like that freaking Goku. I don't know why they felt the need to change all the orbs purple. He's not a nuker, but I guess they just wanted to guarantee a super attack. But yeah, he can run perfectly fine on Intelligence. Especially with Trunks there, because Trunks is another unit that has Prepare for Battle and doesn't have Shocking Speed. So it's weird how that works because Intelligence does have units like that. And this is this from the Resurrection F part? Or is that when he did to Vegeta? Somebody let me know down below in the comments. He either did that to Frieza or he did that to Vegeta. I don't recall. Or somebody in the Universe 6 tournament. I can't think of it right now. It's like freaking 5 in the morning, bro. All right, let's look at his card and get up out of here. That's the card art for Vegeta. Awesome unit. Once again, going to reserve judgment until he comes out, but I just got a text. Until he comes out, but, he's innately, just at a face value, the best unit out of all this whole bunch. I'd probably say that AGL is the second one, basically pretty much due to the defense buff and because of his typing, and then strength, and then physical is probably the weakest, which isn't really his fault. They're all really, really good. That being said, let me know your comments down below. This has been it for this video, and yeah, as always, check out the Dokkan Reddit. Awesome place to be, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.